Like, the sheer amount of beautiful girls that I saw in the Phnom Penh lady bars was very mind-blowing. But when it comes to these bar girls in Phnom Penh, when you meet them afterwards in the club, it's not impossible, but it will be much harder than Thailand to take them home for free. I would say that like 40% of the girls you find on Tinder in Cambodia are actually legitimate virgins. And because of that reason, I think that Cambodia is probably one of the best places in Asia to find an actual wife if you are looking to get married. Okay, what's up guys? It's time for another walking and talking video. And this will be immediately the last video I make regarding the Cambodia series, which has been very successful so far. I would even say it's like the most successful travel series I ever made. I think it's due to the fact that I am not in a relationship anymore, so the videos I made were like a little bit more crazy. So today in this video I will give you guys my final thoughts about what I think of Cambodia as a country, and talk to you guys about my experience. I will cover like loads of different topics. So we're gonna talk about the cost of living in Cambodia. We're gonna talk about the nightlife in Cambodia. We're gonna talk about the food, about the accommodation, and then of course we will talk about the girls and the dating in Cambodia. So that's what we're gonna cover this video. It's a little bit rainy outside. I'm on my way to the gym. So without further ado, let's get the video started. So the first thing I want to talk about in this video is the cost of living in Cambodia and how it compares to Thailand. Like in this video I will make a lot of comparisons to Thailand, since now Cambodia and Thailand are the two countries that I traveled most extensively. And yeah, compared to Thailand, I only been in Cambodia 2 months, but I think 2 months was enough to have a good idea about the country. Since the cultures are quite similar, it's not that big of a difference. So let's talk about the cost of living first. When it comes to the expenses I made in Cambodia, there's a big difference between Siem Reap and Phnom Penh, of course. There's a big difference between the capital and then other cities I went to, like Siem Reap and Kampot. But I have to say that in general I still think that Cambodia is probably more expensive than Thailand, especially when it comes to food, because I think the value you get for money when it comes to food is still better in Thailand. But with that said, the difference is so small that it's negligible. Especially in Siem Reap. Maybe in Siem Reap it's more cheap than Thailand, especially Siem Reap is more cheap than Bangkok. But in general, just generally speaking, comparing the country as a whole, I would say that the cost of living, like the normal living expenses for food and drinks and hotels, I would say that Thailand still beats Cambodia. But with that said, Cambodia is still super cheap and it's very comparable, so it's definitely an amazing alternative for Thailand, because the cost of living is basically the same. But I would still say that when it comes to food, I would say you get more value for your money in Thailand. So I would give this one to Thailand. And also I think the food choices, the food quality, and just Thai food in general is more enjoyable than Cambodian food, than Khmer food. But it didn't bother me at all. So I would say that this point is pretty much the same. And Cambodia is overall still a super cheap country, especially when you leave Phnom Penh and you live in Siem Reap or Kampot. Then beer and food is like super cheap, and maybe even cheaper than Thailand, especially cheaper than Bangkok. So yeah, with the cost of living, is pretty much comparable. And then when it comes to accommodation, the hotels in Phnom Penh are around the same price as the hotels in Bangkok. So both cities are quite expensive these days when it comes to hotels, especially when you compare it to Vietnam. But then again, in places like Siem Reap and Kampot, the hotels are very cheap, and it's definitely comparable to other cities in Thailand that are not Bangkok. So accommodation wise, I would say it's also pretty much the same as Thailand. But of course in Thailand you will have more choice of better condos you can rent. There's more choice of hotels, and the value for your money that you get in Thailand is probably better. So also the accommodation, it's impossible to beat Thailand, guys. But with that said, I think Cambodia has definitely good accommodation, and I definitely was happy with all the places where I stayed. And I definitely didn't break the bank with staying in Cambodia in hotels for 2 months. So when it comes to accommodation, it's also pretty much negligible. So yeah, I was surprised as well. I think the accommodation in Cambodia is definitely better than expected. The Chinese are building a lot of condos, they are building a lot of hotels, especially in the capital. And there's definitely a lot of choice, so I wouldn't say that it should hold you back of traveling to Cambodia, because the accommodation is definitely good enough and it's nothing to be scared about. Then let's talk a little bit about the culture, let's talk a little bit about the people. Again, same with the cost of living and same with accommodation. I would say that the people in Cambodia, the culture is pretty much the same like Thailand, man. The people are super friendly. The people are super welcoming. Like, I felt very welcome in the country of Cambodia. I think the people were amazing, especially when you consider what they have been through in the past, you know, because Cambodia has a very dark past. The country was pretty much decimated like 50 years ago, and they're still rebuilding, man. So with everything that happened in the past, I definitely think that the people of Cambodia are very amazing. It's the Buddhist culture, man, so pretty much same like Thailand. The people are super friendly, and you can expect pretty much the same hospitality like you get in Thailand. So, and to all the people that say that Cambodia is unsafe and you should be careful there, I would say that this is true, but only when it comes to like petty crime, you know. I never felt unsafe in Cambodia. I never felt like I was in danger. But I also have to admit that there is definitely more petty crime in Cambodia than in Thailand. Like, you have to take care of your phone, you have to take care of your wallet, more than in Thailand, because especially in the capital, the people are more desperate, man. Like, people are just much more poor than in Thailand. So of course there will be more desperate measures for these people to try to make a living. So that's definitely something you should be aware of. But when it comes to like serious crime, it's just as safe as Thailand, even maybe safer. I looked up some statistics and I saw that like murder rates, the rape and other like serious crimes are even lower than in Thailand. So when you look at serious crime rates, then in theory Cambodia should even be safer than Thailand. So that's definitely something I wouldn't worry about too much. And then let's talk about nightlife. Probably why you guys clicked on the video. I think that's something that interests you the most. And I have to say, when it comes to nightlife, I was very surprised to how lively it was, especially in the capital. I really had a great time and I really had a blast, like partying and staying out all night in Cambodia and like everything that Cambodia has to offer. I think the nightlife is very amazing. It's better than Laos, it's better than Vietnam, it's better than Philippines. It's definitely like definitely on the second place in Asia so far when I compare it to everywhere I've been. But of course you cannot expect the same craziness, the same amount of people, the same sheer volume of entertainment that you have in Thailand. It's definitely like more small scale. It's not as busy, it's more quiet. But that doesn't mean that there's not a lot of fun to be had, you know, like there's so much to do in Cambodia as well. I had a blast in Siem Reap. Yes, it's small, so it's pretty much every night the same thing in small places like Kampot or Siem Reap. Like, you will always go to the same venues, but when it comes to the capital in Phnom Penh, there's just so much to do, man. There's so many places to go, so many clubs, so many bars, and I definitely had an amazing time there. Also, when it comes to like red light districts, when it comes to like happy end massages, it's just everywhere, man, especially in the capital in Phnom Penh. There are like massage places everywhere, there are lady bars everywhere, and there's just not a lot of people, so you got it all to yourself, man. Like, if you purely go to the red light districts to pick up girls, and you not really go there for the atmosphere or for like drinking or for like partying, then I would say that maybe the red light district in Phnom Penh is even better than the red light district in Pattaya or Bangkok, because the quality of the girls and the choice you have is just so amazing. Like, the girls are stunning. Like, the sheer amount of beautiful girls that I saw in the Phnom Penh lady bars was very mind-blowing. I think the girls that I saw in Phnom Penh were one of the most attractive working girls I've ever seen in my life. So if this is like one of the reasons you want to travel to Cambodia for, then I would definitely recommend it, because you will have a blast, man. But then again, when it comes to prices for this kind of entertainment, even though the country is poor, more poor than Thailand, and even though the people are more desperate, I've noticed and I've heard from other people that the prices these girls ask are pretty much like twice the price as in Thailand. So that was a little bit surprising to me. So if you go for that kind of entertainment, do expect to pay more, because these girls are not gonna go home with you from the bar for the same amount of money as in Thailand. They're definitely gonna try to ask you more. So that was one of the things that kind of surprised me, is that this kind of entertainment, even though the country is poorer, it's just more expensive than Thailand, surprisingly. So that's something that you definitely should keep in mind if this is something that you are willing to pay for. Another thing that I want to add, like in the nightlife of Cambodia, is that it's much harder than Thailand to get girls to go home with you for free. In Thailand, it's pretty much super easy game. So many of the girls are just down to have casual one-night stands. It's super easy to get laid for free in Thailand. And it's still easy in Cambodia. I would say like 50% of the time that I was there, I had no problem in taking girls home for free in the nightlife areas. But it's definitely much harder than Thailand to take girls home for free. Because yeah, they do tend to care a lot more about money than Thailand. I don't understand why people say that Thai girls only care about money. And the saying "no money, no honey" in Thailand is so famous. But from all the places I've went to in my life, I really feel like Thai girls care the least about money compared to any other place I've went to in my life. Especially in Cambodia, I felt like the girls care way more about money than in Thailand. So expect the game to be a little bit harder. Expect to have some unsuccessful nights if you're trying to pick up girls for free. And I feel like girls in Thailand who are working in the bar, when they go out at night in the clubs after their shift at the bar finishes, then it's just super easy to just take them home for free. They don't really care. They made their money already in the bar. But when it comes to these bar girls in Phnom Penh, when you meet them afterwards in the club, it's not impossible, but it will be much harder than Thailand to take them home for free. It seems like they stand on business much more. But yeah, if you want quality, then you'll probably have to pay for it much more often in Cambodia than in Thailand. Because I do have to say, like, because there's not much tourism there, the bars have like very little amount of customers, then I would say that the girls in Phnom Penh and in Cambodia in general Like especially in Phnom Penh, I see in Siem Reap so many customers and so many tourists. So that's probably not the case for Siem Reap. But when it comes to Phnom Penh, I would definitely say that the girls who are working in the bars, they don't see a lot of traffic, so the quality of the girls is much better. And I think the girls who work in bars in Phnom Penh, a lot of them are probably just looking for a husband. They're looking for a guy to take them away from the whole scene. So I feel like the girls in the bars in Phnom Penh are definitely a lot better quality than the bar girls you will find in places like Pattaya, for example. So if you do value quality a little bit more and you're willing to pay, then Phnom Penh Red Light District will definitely be the place for you guys. Then another topic that you guys are probably very interested in to hear about is dating. What about dating normal Cambodian girls? What about the girls you can find on dating apps? What about the dating opportunities in Cambodia? And it's definitely also very different from Thailand, and I will explain you guys why. I would say that compared to Thailand, Cambodia is a much more conservative country. So like the casual dating and the hooking up and dating without marrying is like much more frowned upon than in Thailand, I would say. So that's already a big difference to start off. So what does that mean for the people you find on dating apps? I would say that like 40% of the girls you find on Tinder in Cambodia are actually legitimate virgins looking to find foreigners to actually marry them. And they will not like date you or date you casually without the intention of getting married. So that's already a huge difference with Thailand, because like girls like this you will almost not find on the dating apps in Thailand. And then like another 40% of the girls you will find on dating apps in Cambodia, they will be legitimate working girls, you know. They will be looking for customers, they will be looking for money. So of course you have a lot of these girls in Thailand as well. But in Cambodia it's either they date to marry or they are looking for customers. And then you have 20% left. And that 20%, I would say, are the girls you have a choice of, that are open and are willing to date like casually without the purpose of getting married or without the purpose of like making money. So this is a pretty small like 20% that's left, which is still enough for a young guy like me. Like after a couple of days I already had like a normal girlfriend that I was dating casually. But the choice you will have in Thailand will be much more. Like in Phnom Penh, the choice for casually dating without money involved and without marriage involved will be much smaller than in Thailand. So be prepared if you're just looking for casual dating. The choices you will have will be much more limited, guys. And this 20% in Cambodia of people who are willing to date casually, I would say that this bracket of 20% of the population on dating apps is probably like 80% in Thailand. I would say like 80% of the girls who you find on dating apps in Thailand will be willing to date casually, you know. So I would say that's the big difference. The country is still a lot more old school. The country is still a lot more conservative. And because of that reason, I think that Cambodia is probably one of the best places in Asia to find an actual wife if you are looking to get married. So then another thing I want to add before I'm ending the video is just like tourist attractions. And I would say because of like the bad marketing the country has, like the government is not really marketing tourism and they're not really promoting themselves. I think Cambodia has a lot of undiscovered beauty, and I think the country has a lot to offer, and there's so much potential because there's so many beautiful places in Cambodia as well. Many places that I didn't yet have the chance to visit, but that I would definitely love to visit in the future when I come back. And also culturally, like Siem Reap with Angkor Wat, and the beautiful Kampot with all the old French architecture from colonial times. It's definitely like worth a visit, and it's definitely super beautiful as well. So it's a shame that the country doesn't promote itself, because the country has so much to offer, like from countryside beauty to beautiful rivers to mountains to the beautiful island of Koh Rong. There's just so many things to discover, and the country doesn't really market it, so it's very unknown and unbeloved. And Thailand does such a great job in marketing themselves, and that's why I think Thailand is so famous. But like I said, the country is still like rebuilding itself, so I think in the future Cambodia will be much more spoken about, and I think Cambodia will be much more popular in the future if the government can manage to do a job of like promoting the country more, and if the government can manage to do a better job at marketing, because right now they're not really doing that. So yeah, when it comes to just pure beauty and tourist attractions, it's not on the level like Thailand, but there's still like so many beautiful things to see. So if that is one of the reasons why you would be willing to travel to Cambodia, then I would definitely recommend it, because it's just also very beautiful, same like Thailand. So I would definitely say to give it a chance and to do some more research by yourself, because there's not a lot of stuff out there. It's not as like in your face like Thailand, but there's still so much beauty to see, and it's very undiscovered. So when you go like visiting there by yourself, you rent a bike and you drive across the country by yourself and you do some exploring by yourself, you will be like the only tourist, because there's nobody there, which makes it so much better, you know. Because like if you go to all the famous places in Thailand like Krabi and Railay Island, or in Suratani, Khao Sok National Park, then it will just be mass tourism, you know, and you will be there with thousands of other tourists. But if you just rent a motorbike and drive around Cambodia, then you will just be the only one, and like all the beauty will be for you. There's nobody there. So when it comes to like privacy, it will be so much more enjoyable. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Cambodia as well for this reason. So yeah, with that said, I think I basically covered everything. So this was my review of the country. I would definitely consider it as a good place to live, maybe when I'm older, because I do think the country is quite small, and wherever you live in Cambodia, and if you're like out and about every day, like everybody will pretty much know you like right away, you know. There's not a lot of anonymity in the country, so that's something I don't like right now, because there's just not a lot of people there and it's very small. So for now I would put it on the second place in Southeast Asia as my favorite countries. I did like it more than Laos, I liked it more than Vietnam, and I think it's a great alternative for Thailand. So I definitely recommend you guys the country 100%. I think it's an amazing place to visit, and I think it has so much potential for the future. So I hope this video gave you a little bit of a better understanding about the country. And the only thing that I would say is don't listen to other people, don't listen to YouTubers, just go, don't even listen to me, you know, just go take a look at it for yourself, go explore yourself, and make up your mind yourself, and just take your time. Don't just visit 1 week or a couple of days. Take your time to visit the country extensively, and then make up your own mind, you know, because there's so many opinions everywhere about whether it's dangerous or it's like a shithole compared to Thailand, or it's great, or it's this or that. Just go explore yourself and make up your mind yourself, and then yeah, make your own conclusions. But anyway, I hope this video helped you guys a little bit with yeah, at least listening to my opinions about the country. So yeah, if you guys have any remarks on things that I've said, things that you agree with, things that you disagree with, things that I might have forgotten, things that I didn't put in the video, things that I left out, then please leave them in the comment section. I would love to hear it. I made this video pretty spontaneously, so yeah, there might be a few things that I forgot to talk about, so everything that I said was pretty much off the top of my head. So yeah, with this video I will end the Cambodia series. In the upcoming weeks there will be some new content about Thailand. I will be on a small holiday back to Thailand before I continue my travels. So yeah, this will be the last video on Cambodia, and next week expect some new uploads about Thailand for the upcoming month or two, and then we'll travel to a new destination again. So yeah, see you guys in Thailand next week. Bye bye.